And guess who's back with another Final Fantasy themed piece of content for you? Don't get too excited, it's just me. So, over the years, I have consumed every bit of Final Fantasy media I could. I've devoured Final Fantasy media, merchandise, anything from the shitty little animes that they made, like Unlimited, movies like The Spirits Within. Ugh. I've brought no end of figurines and collectibles. I've played the games, the good, the bad. You know, one thing that I've avoided for the longest time, though? The trading card game. Why did I avoid the Final Fantasy trading card game? Is it because I didn't think it would be very good? Meh. Is it because I get heavily addicted to trading card games? Yes, that would be the reason. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! From being about 13, and I finally stopped buying booster packs of Yu-Gi-Ohs at the age of 28. That was last year. I get heavily addicted. If a new booster set comes out for something that I am collecting, I will buy like an entire box of those cards. There might not even be anything in that set necessarily that would benefit my deck in any way, but I like to buy huge booster boxes and open them. And I felt it was in my best interest to not get heavily invested in the Final Fantasy card game. But I've had an itch lately. I've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! On Netflix. Been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. It's actually very good. I recommend it. And it gave me a trading card game itch. And I figured what better time to try out the Final Fantasy card game. So I got hold of the Final Fantasy 9 booster pack, starter deck, sorry. Just to have a look at the cards, see what's crack-a-lacking and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into heavy detail on how to play the game. I've read up a bit online of it and watched a couple of other videos on YouTube on how to play the trading card game. And the best way I can describe it is it's like Magic the Gathering, but it's not like Magic the Gathering. There's mana points, but they're called crystal points in this, like Magic the Gathering. But you only have 7 life, which seems very low for a card game, to be honest. I know Magic uses 20 life, and, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! Uses 8,000, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Likes to be excessive, doesn't it? So, I want to take a look at the deck, see what the artwork and things are like on the cards, see how the cards are. And I figured, like, you guys might want to see what's inside the Final Fantasy 9 deck as well. You're probably wondering, why did I go for the Final Fantasy 9 deck? Is it because that's my favourite game? No, it was literally the cheapest one I could get hold of. I've never tried this before. I've tried my best to set up a little, like, card opening thing. This is my mouse mat. I got it free with the PC. Never felt the need to buy another mouse mat. Should probably look into that. So I've already took the plastic sealing off of the packet because, well, this is actually take 2 because I opened the plastic sealing and then dropped them and didn't think I should put that into the video. So the first thing I'm noticing as I've opened the actual deck is these are some freaking sturdy cards. Like, they just feel nice. Is that weird to say? Like, I don't think you'd need deck protectors for these. They're not flimsy at all. Like Magic cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, literally, you sneeze on a Yu-Gi-Oh card, you got a chance of ripping it. I don't feel the need for deck protectors for this at all. And that's weird. I'm usually very anal about protecting my cards. So let's have a look. I'm going to be pointing this way for a minute so you can see on this camera. So to start off with, the first card, obviously it's a Final Fantasy 9 themed deck. The first one is Zidane. What I am noticing straight away from taking the cards out, like, there are 3 copies of Zidane in this deck, by the way. I've got 2 here. I was really hoping for, like, original artwork, but this is just a screenshot from in-game. and it's then put on a card. It's honestly, I'm a little bit annoyed about it. If you're making a trading card game, at least put original artwork on the cards. We'll see further on as we get in if they've done that with any of the others. Obviously though, Final Fantasy IX themed deck, we'd also have to have a VV. Again, that's specifically, that's from the opening cutscenes when we're first introduced to VV. Oh my word. If I was to say to you, most forgettable character in Final Fantasy IX, who would you say it is? Because to me, it is hands down Amarant. I actually really do like the look of Amarant's card. It looks damn cool. He needs 5 fire mana to be summoned. And I can't really explain his effect because I'm still learning the card game myself. This was more just to look at the cards themselves. So that's also 3 copies of Amarant in the deck. Now, not original artwork, but it does look nicer, is the Black Waltz. That is the artwork that's in like the art book and the manuals of the game, not a screenshot. I do like that they've used that. And these are called X-Burst cards, which are essentially, from what I know, they're like your summons. We've got 2 Black Waltzes, and this is where I've just figured out that not every single card in the deck is Final Fantasy IX themed, because we have here a Ranger from Final Fantasy 3. So we've got like supporting cards. And again, it's just using like artwork assets from the game and plaster it on a card, and then Square Enix are selling us that. So I don't know whether to applaud you or be disgusted at this point, Square Enix. So we've got 2 Rangers, and also from Final Fantasy 3, 2 Evokers. Nice little mix. I'm realizing now this is more of a red mana based deck with Final Fantasy IX characters in it, rather than just being a purely Final Fantasy IX deck. I am impressed, however, that this next card here, the Samurai, is actually the artwork from Final Fantasy Tactics, and it does have, if you can see there, I don't know if my green screen is going to stop it, a little FFT. So it's from Final Fantasy Tactics, which, to be honest, I always think Square have forgot about Final Fantasy Tactics. I like this. And another Final Fantasy Tactics. This is a Final Fantasy VIII Ifrit. Now, Final Fantasy IX had its own Ifrit, so why not put Final Fantasy IX artwork on the Ifrit card? I don't know. Like, I honestly, I was really hoping that I was going to get a Final Fantasy IX themed deck, and I'd have people like Eco, Garnet, Alexander, just a really cool FF9 stuff in it. Even like Trance Kuja, how cool would that be? But so far I've had 3 FF9 characters, 4 if we count Black Waltz. So I'm assuming all the starter decks are going to be like this. I've got another one on order because me and Stargirl are wanting to learn how to play the game with each other. So we'll have another deck opening soon, but I am quite annoyed that like it's not purely FF9 themed. There's those Ifrits. We've got more job-based ones here with the Sage. This I'm impressed with. We have an FF14 Warrior, which, if you come over to my Twitch streams, you know that is my main class. I love playing Warrior. I'm going to put Warrior there. And there's 2 of them. And again, another FF3 Ninja. And another FF3 Ninja. An FF3 Summoner. And an FF3 Summoner. Maybe it is just the starter decks that are designed like this, but I have to say the designs of the cards are very lazy. You are just taking assets that you've already got and you are plastering them on a trading card, and then you charge in $10 a pop for them. Books? When did I turn American? But it's my bae. We got Garnet. Free Garnet. So the FF9 characters are coming back. I guess we just need these guys as like support. Maybe in the way there are ability spells in Magic the Gathering, and there are spell and trap cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, Jesus Christ, though. Really? Queener. Freaking Queener. She terrifies me. I'm going to be honest. Actually, her gender is never specified, is it? It terrifies me then. We've got 3 copies of Queener in the deck, as well as Steiner. Where's Beatrice? Now this is clever, because they have used some Final Fantasy IX Moogles. I am quite happy about that. So Moogles basically let you draw more cards, like a pot of greed, as it were. Put them there. We got Eco. You know, Eco is like my favourite Final Fantasy IX character. She is adorable. Second favourite, actually. We will get to my favourite if she is in this deck. I'm going to be quite annoyed if she isn't. Another Eco, and obviously you can't have Eco without her being with a faithful companion, Mog. Then we've got 2 Evokers. Again. A Fairy. Another Fairy. 2 Moogles. And 2... That... I might be just getting overly annoyed at this. But it says Knight, and it's using Paladin artwork from FF14. There is no class in FF14 called Knight. You start off as a Gladiator, you then turn into a Paladin. There's Dark Knight, which I would find remotely acceptable, but there is not a Knight. This video hasn't turned out the way I was hoping. I was hoping to get really hyped and wanting to play the card game, but I find the card designs just unbearably lazy. Like, come on, if you're trying to promote the card game, put some original art on them. Do not just take screenshots from the games or assets that you've already got. Like, I'm pretty sure I could do a Google search for Vivi and pull up the picture, like, in the first line that they've used on that card. It's quite an iconic Vivi picture. It makes me think, is the FF7 deck gonna have the Aerith card praying at the altar just before everything happens? So this is the first episode that I'm doing with the Final Fantasy trading card game. I will have another deck within however long it takes the website to deliver it. We'll be opening that one, and then the next few videos will be about me and Stargirl learning to play it. Honestly, you know that fear I had of getting addicted to it? Why would I want to keep opening packs to just see pictures of characters that I've already seen before? One of my favorite things about trading card games is the artwork on the trading cards. I barely play Magic the Gathering, but I have a stack of cards like that purely because I love the artwork from those cards. Same with Yu-Gi-Oh! I always love it when Yu-Gi-Oh! Bring out like an alternate art to one of their cards as well. And yeah, I'm not seeing this one taking off for me, but we're going to persevere. Maybe if the card game's fun, if it's fun and it plays well, I'll probably want to invest a bit more time into it. But as it stands from opening that first starter deck, I'm disappointed. There'll be more videos coming within the next few days, so make sure you press that subscribe button and stick around. And always feel free to follow me on Twitch, the link's down below. And remember, adventurers, be safe and forever walk in the light of the crystals.